satellites that search the night, they twinkle like a star. They send their love from up above down to my meteor. The world is at my fingers, under control. Radio, play it one more time on radio. Got the world on my TV.
I guess. Here's Scarecrow. This cover art is awful. Who drew this? Jesus. God, it's so kinds of wrong. It looks like the guy who did the artwork in The Joy of Sex decided to do the cover art for this. Look at that. Does that look like Al Pacino to you? That doesn't even look like Gene Hackman. That looks like Bill Murray. So you got Bill Murray and some freaking fugly looking guy who looks nothing like Al Pacino. I understand Al Pacino isn't the best looking guy in the world, but dang, this cover art is horrible. If I didn't know anything about this movie, I don't think I would have bought this movie with this cover art. This is freaking awful. So anyway, this is Scarecrow, which is like an early film with Al Pacino and Gene Hackman. So it sounds interesting. It's the winner of the 1973 Cannes Film Festival. So yeah, the Cannes Film Festival has been around for a long time, a lot longer than you might think. That's Scarecrow. The Magic Voyage. I got this because this Nostalgia Critic did a little review of it, and I cannot believe how I wanted to see how bad it is for myself. You got a cast of Dom DeLuise as Christopher Columbus, Corey Feldman as the voice of Pico the Woodworm. Corey, God, man, Corey, what the hell? So basically, this is a magical musical tale of friendship, adventure, and discovery. Classic animated delight for the entire family. It's basically a German-produced animated film trying to chronicle the legend of Christopher Columbus. But basically, read the back of it here. You got, the year was 1492. While most still believed the world to be flat, Christopher Columbus had a revolutionary idea. He thought the world was square. Together with his friend and lively and courageous little woodworm named Pico, Columbus embarks on the greatest journey of all time, to an expedition to discover America. With the help of the crew, some friendly animals, and a lot of luck, Pico and Columbus make it to the New World. But the battle's not over, as Marilyn, a beautiful and magical firefly, is captured by the evil Swarm Lord. It's up to Pico, the Columbus, and the gang to save the day. The Swarm Lord? Yeah, it's craziness. So that's the Magic Voyage. And I only paid 50 cents for that as well, so I didn't pay out the arm and leg for that. Here is Time Master. Look at that goofy shit. I did not pay $5 for this. I paid 50 cents. Pat Morita, what are you doing? Anyway, imagine if you could change the fate of the entire universe. Duncan Rager is also in this too, as well. Yeah, Duncan Rager is in this film. Anyway, basically, this is Time Master, which the year is 2066. No, actually, it's wrong. The year is 2006. Wow. 2006? In a faraway galaxy, collectors travel through time and space gathering human contestants for virtual reality games that will affect the destiny of entire worlds. Wow, they have way too much time on their hands. Isaiah, Pat Morita, is a collector who becomes disenchanted with the sport when he is befriended by Jesse Cameron Glickenhaus. I think he's the son of the guy who was behind the production company's Shapiro Glickenhaus Entertainment. I think it's actually directed by Shapiro. Glickenhaus. I might be wrong. I think it's actually directed by James Glickenhaus. A young boy determined to find a better life for himself and his sister. When Isaiah reveals to Jesse the mysteries of time and dimension, the boy's thrilling journey begins. Traveling into the past, he meets Annie, Michelle Williams, and together with Isaiah, they embark on a remarkable voyage beyond imagination. Transcending lifespans and galaxies, they come face to face with the chairman, Michael Dorn, Worf, who challenges Jesse to the ultimate game. What's at stake is in this futuristic adventure only the fate of planet Earth itself. I really hope this moronic-looking fucking moron in the corner here, not the girl, that guy, is not Michael Dorn. Because it's fucking embarrassing. Evil space chef? Why the hell is he wearing a pot on his head? Or a pan? Or whatever the fuck it is. I gotta say, this movie's probably gonna suck ass. But we'll see. Probably like that other bad movie I got from AIP, Time Warp. All the stuff having time in it probably sucks. And then we got another VHS here. No Retreat, No Surrender 2. With Cynthia Rothrock, Lauren Avedon, and Matthias Hughes. I don't think this is on DVD. I don't think the sequel is either. I remember this actually being better than the first film. So I'm definitely going to give this a look. I have the first film and I have the third film on my flash drive. In fact, I have all three of them, but now I have even more recourse to review them because I like reviewing stuff, if I actually have a copy of it. If I don't, it's only because I think it needs to be reviewed or it was good or it was fun or so forth. But I like having something to show on the camera when I'm reviewing something. But there's No Retreat, No Surrender 2, which is, I remember being a fun sequel. Had nothing to do with the original, and I was fine with it. Here's an interesting movie that I've looked interesting. Vern Miller, which is, it stars Scott Glenn as a gangster, which is interesting. It's supposedly based on a true story where Vern Miller is an action-packed gangster film in the tradition of The Untouchables and The Godfather. The onslaught of terror begins when Vern Miller, Scott Glenn, prison term ends. Miller, a lawman turned outlaw, becomes a gunman for Al Capone. He immediately impresses his boss by killing the competition, literally. A grateful Capone makes Miller his top gun in Kansas City. Now Miller's at the top, a mansion, a membership in a country club, and a sultry nightclub singer for his girl. Then, against Capone's orders, Miller attempts to rescue a friend held by the feds. This violent event becomes known as the infamous Kansas City Massacre. Now the hunter becomes the hunted as both feds and the enraged Capone pursue Miller, leading to the mysterious ending of this true story. So I like Scott Glenn, so I thought I'd give it a shot. No, I didn't pay too much either. I think I paid $1 for it. So, yeah, Vern Miller. Then we have Chuck fucking Norris in Invasion USA. I saw it on DVD at another thrift store lately, but the DVD was all scratched up, so I didn't want to take a chance with it. But I got the VHS, though. I think it's the same VHS I have in Oklahoma. But anyway, this is a great movie. This is my favorite Chuck Norris film. For me, anyways. I think it's one of the first Chuck Norris films I have. It was General Rostov, the bad guy played by Richard Lynch. Richard Lynch did a great job as a bad guy. May he rest in peace. But I always remember Chuck Norris with the grenade, and he's all like, "Time to die." Like, Invasion USA kicks ass. I mean, look at that fucking cover art. It's fucking badass, man. It's fucking Chuck fucking Norris. Kick your fucking ass. Look at two guns. Just kicking. Just badass. There's too much badassness for you. You can't take it. You just can't take it. Invasion USA. I have the novelization, which the cover is actually not nearly as cool. But anyway, this is Invasion USA. Classic Chuck Norris flick. I think I might review some Chuck Norris films soon, too. Like Firewalker and Invasion USA and so forth. Here's a movie called Siesta, which looked really interesting. And look at the cast. Ellen Barkin, Gabriel Byrne, Julian Sands, Isabella Rossellini, Martin Sheen, Alex Sale, Grace Jones, Jodie Foster. And I really do like Ellen Barkin. I've always liked her as an actress. And it's like Siesta is the ultra hip, surreal, violent, sexy this year's Blue Velvet. And basically, the plot is Claire, Ellen Barkin, is a professional stunt woman. When she awakens beneath a hot Spanish sun and can recall only fragments of her past few days, a nightmarish journey begins for her. As she wanders roads and back alleys of the alien countryside, haunted visions of her lost days reappear before her. Her flyer husband, Martin Sheen, abandoned by her for a last rendezvous with her lover Augustine, Gabriel Byrne, his hot skin pressed against hers, a bloody knife poised to strike, and the menacing figure of a taxi driver pursuing her relentlessly into the black night of brutality and sexual frenzy without end. And it's actually directed by Mary Lambert, the director of Pet Sematary. So I was like, well, that's interesting in itself. Ellen Barkin is like a stunt woman and sort of a Blue Velvety type thriller, and directed by Mary Lambert. So this definitely looks interesting. That's for sure. So this is Siesta. Definitely not what you would think, you know, with the title Siesta. So that one, then I got this, The House on Carroll Street, the kind of movie that Hitchcock might have made. Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars. It stars Kelly McGillis and Jeff Daniels and like a mystery. The plot is basically in New York City, summer 1951. It was deep in the shadows of the muggy metropolis that Emily Crane first overheard the murmurings of the international conspiracy, of an international conspiracy, a plan to smuggle Nazi war criminals into the U.S. Committed to uncovering the plot, she becomes entangled in a deadly web of murder and intrigue. Fortunately, she's not alone. Watching her, there's a federal agent willing to defy his superiors to uncover the truth. Together, they track the conspiracy to the highest levels of the government on a path that leads to a chilling and extraordinary climax. It was directed by Peter Yates. I think he's directed a lot of other decent films, and I think he's done some bad ones too, but you know, you get the good with the bad sometimes. And then this fucking movie, Memorial Day. Yeah, fucking Memorial Day. Well, I have Time Lock, so I mean, and I have Scorpio 1 in Oklahoma, and I have Running Red. I'm a big fan of Jeff Speakman, but you know, just I got it for $1, just so if I ever do review Jeff Speakman movies, I'll have it so I can watch it, and more than likely probably do this to it repeatedly because of it fucking directed by Worthless Keeter, and yeah, looks pretty fucking bad. I've seen a trailer for this. It looks pretty shitty too, and I've seen Matt's review of it. And usually I pretty much agree with him, and I'm pretty sure this is going to suck ass. I'm not really looking forward to watching this, but I got it just so when I do choose to watch it, I'll have it so I can watch it, and I'll have a copy of it so I can beat the ever living shit out of it if it turns out to be as bad as I'm thinking it's going to be. So I got a few more VHS here actually, not done yet. Got to move over and get them. Grab them here. These are some that I was able to get at another thrift store, and it was like 10 for buy 10 get 1 free. So